Thanks again for the fill, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. We're doing another 6-box Aficionado break. This is a Jerseypalooza break, so that means number closest to 99. Without going over, will win a spot in Jerseypalooza. Soccer Breakers FC, that's me, guys. If you're interested in joining our breaks, join our Facebook group, Soccer Breakers FC. Check out our website, www.soccerbreakersfc.com. Follow us on Instagram, Soccer Breakers. If watching on YouTube, guys, make sure to click that little subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, guys, thank you so much for the support with the likes. If you enjoy watching the breaks, greatly appreciate it. If you like the videos, helps us out. And always appreciate it. Yeah, let's see. I mean, this is probably one of our slowest nights. I mean, Tuesday nights typically are not a very busy night for us, and right now is a slow time to begin with. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. I'll give it a shot. If we have enough people, honestly, I think Black Gold may be a little bit ambitious unless we sell some of our teams in Black Gold. Just because it'll be, EPL Prism a lot cheaper if we have a better chance. We'll see. Let's see how we're at. But anyway, if you're interested in either of those breaks, now would be the time to grab your teams, and that'll make it more likely that we can get those filled up. EPL Prism especially, I think, is we can get it down to like a 10-spot 5 winner or something. I think we have a very good chance. Who knows? Maybe, it's morning in Europe. We might get a morning UK crowd to stop by. And who knows, we might sell EPL out. Both of those breaks are Jerseypalooza breaks, as is this one. So either Black Gold or Prism are Jerseypalooza. So any of those teams that you buy does give you a chance at winning a spot in Jerseypalooza. My Hungary spot price right? That doesn't seem right. Let's see, I don't think that price is correct, but let me double check it. Yeah, no, that should be 29, not 20. I was going to say that doesn't seem right. Lex, the ones, Alex, on the screen are the ones I'm trying to fill. I'm hoping to do one of those two tonight. Honestly, probably better chance of English Premier League going, just because it's only got 6 teams left, whereas the other one has 11. And also, the teams left are cheaper. So I would say your best chance is to grab something in EPL. If you feel, unless you're planning on grabbing like several teams, then we may be able to fill Black Gold as well. If you're trying to grab one of like some of the more pricier teams, then that can change the equation quite quickly. JD, it's not a problem. It would be after the next one, so I'll be glad to do you a personal. If you don't mind waiting till, I have to go get it from downstairs anyway. If you don't mind waiting till after, so I got to do this break and then Prism, and then I can do personals after that, if you're okay with that. Yeah, I kind of try to go, to be fair, I go in the order they fill, so if you grab, no, it won't be a problem at all if you don't mind waiting. And then if, since you're grabbing your personal, then anything that fills after that, I would do after yours. But I just try to, go in order. When somebody bought something, I heard a ding. See if I can find find out what that thing was. Wolves. All right, thank you. Ooh, Braun grabbed Man City. Thank you, Braun. Braun wants those KDB cards. All right, James, thank you. You grabbed. What did you grab? Box of Mosaic Hybrid, and all right, I'll do your box after. Thank you, James. I'll do your box after we do the next break, which is Prism. And you also grabbed the Wolves. Thank you. All right, so it looks like EPL is gonna go for sure, guys. Who knows? If we can start working on Black Gold after that, maybe we get them both good. But for sure, we should. I'm hoping we'll be able to do EPL. Grab your kids, guys. I mean, ideally, if we sell it out, that's even better. You don't have to worry about the filler. But right now, if we did like a 10-spot 4-winner, it would be 80 and 80, 160. Like that would be like a $21 filler, I think, if we did it right now. 10 spots, 4 winners. Oh, thank you, James. You grabbed, yeah, you're in the EPL break. All right, I can do EPL before you put however you want, since you're in both. All right, thanks, James. Yeah, sorry it took me so long to send you the gift card for the Drogba. Yes, Alex, they were on the website. I took them down. Actually, they're still on the website. No, these ones were, yes. These were on the website. I took them. We were down to like 2-3 teams left. I will put more of these on the website as well, Alex. It's called Aficionado. I think we're down to, other than the stuff that's on the website, I think I have to post like 4 or 6 more breaks to finish Jerseypalooza. So I haven't decided yet. For sure, I'll put up more EPL Prism just because that's like the most popular of the Jerseypalooza breaks. And probably won't put up any more Select just because there's already several Select up. So I might put a couple more of these. These seem to go okay. Actually, Aficionado went pretty well, so I might do 2 more of these things. For this product, I don't think so. Yeah, because that year was not a big year for Man United. Unless it's combined with England. No, it's not. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Let me do this in order. Let me put it in order like this. It's easier to follow that way. It's alphabetical by team. I mean, it's possible. I haven't, Danny, I haven't put it up on the screen just because I just kind of went by the number of teams left. But, if somebody starts buying a bunch of teams, then it's certainly possible. Last I checked, Select still had like 16, 17 teams left. Black Gold had 11, and now, of course, Prism only has 4. Just took Brighton. Alright, thank you. Keep in mind, guys, every one of those teams has a chance at Jerseypalooza. So, if you grab Sheffield, you could end up with a Maradona autographed jersey. Or Pele, or Ronaldinho, or Ronaldo, any of those guys. So, same with Everton, same with Leicester. Alright, here we go. Let's do this. Boom diddy, shaka laka laka. Ronaldo, Real Madrid. John Coutinho. Artist proof, Thomas Rodriguez. There's Robin. Autograph, Moussa Dembele. 7 of 75. Moussa Dembele, Belgium. Yeah, right now, if we did a filler, it would be 9 and 8, $17 a slot. 10 slots, 3 winners. Altador. Heroes, Cannavaro. Nice one there. Pulisic, USA. Global reach. JD, it used to be, up until a few years ago, always I had about 50% US, 50% outside the US, and Europe was, like, until 2019, Europe was only about 10, 15% of my sales. But that all changed after the pandemic. England, by far, has been the biggest, the UK, I should say, has been by far the biggest jump in my sales. Right now, the UK accounts for about 30, last I checked, it was like 31% of my sales are in the UK. US is about 40%, UK is 31%, and that leaves about, 29% for the rest of the world. But basically, the UK sales have, goal! 94 of 99, Neymar, Barcelona. We got Barca. FC Barcelona. Casey Scarborough. Congrats, Casey. That looks like it could be a winner. But yeah, England is, I can tell you 2 years ago, my sales in the UK were about 5%. And they went from 5 to 31 in like 2 years. So that's by far been that's partially why I'm flying out to the UK in April to do the UK show. Just because it's been our best. I think a lot of it just has to do with how much card collecting has grown in the UK over the last, couple years. It's huge, the amount of collectors, or the number of collectors in the UK. Just look at the number of breakers. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there were like no breakers in the UK. Now there are like tons of them. Mata to 199. Yeah, and other countries in Europe too, but by far in the UK, it's been the biggest jump. There's like a couple in France, Germany's probably after the UK. I'd say Germany would be the next largest hub of collectors. also because of the fact that the Bundesliga cards. Let's see here. Sorry, did I see the number on that? 57 of 99, 4 of 49. But yeah, it's great to see. It's really growing in Europe. I had a huge amount of sales in Asia. I'd say like Hong Kong alone was about 35% of my sales a couple years ago. But I can tell you the Asian market is very heavy towards the high end. So when I was doing Eminence, Icardi, probably like more than 50% of my Eminence sales were to Asia. Same thing with Flawless, Vardy, PK. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. $30 of 49. Definitely, if you're in the UK, I recommend UK Box Breaks. We work together a lot. He's a good buddy of mine, and I can vouch for him 100%. 30 of 49. And you know, I mean, the difference is I tend to be on more than most. So, a lot of it is just also convenience. People like to, wear as much as possible, or like certain products, and Arturo Vidal. So that's why I try to be on at a minimum 4 nights a week, usually 5, sometimes 6 if it's a busy week. Yeah, I'm familiar with Match Attacks. I actually have about 5 cases of Match Attacks sitting downstairs that I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with. 56 of 99. Over the years, I was asked to grab some, and it's like 2018 Match Attacks, I think. Sanchez, maybe one of these days we'll have a Match Attacks bonfire or something. Honestly, I don't know if it's worth the shit because they're quite heavy too. I've noticed the Match Attacks is like, honestly, I don't know if it'd be worth the shipping to ship them to the, because I imagine it's mostly like a UK thing anyway. But Pulisic, I've got decent amount of Match Attacks. Yeah, the two things that I never should have lived and learned that I got quite a bit of are Match Attacks and World Cup stickers. Because that's not a very good thing for breaks. World Cup stickers, only 2018. I got a boatload of 2018 World Cup stickers, and I have not quite as much, but a decent amount of Match Attacks. Yeah, I mean that's what it is, JD. They're really not all. I mean we got a knowledgeable crowd too, but for the most part, especially the new guys getting into soccer, they only buy Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, and well, obviously Pulisic is huge. The rookie card thing, and I think that's what kind of killed the market because you had all these guys that knew nothing about soccer and they came in, and all of a sudden they were people were talking like Sports Card Investor was pushing it, and a lot of these guys got in as an investment and drove prices through the roof, especially on the World Cup Messi 2014 cards were selling for $3,000-4,000 PSA 10, and they went from like $3,000-4,000. Now they're selling for like $400. Is this one? 1 of 99, Ronaldo and Benzema. Nice one there. But having said that, it still does have a lot of room. You're right. I mean, if you compare it to like basketball or football, it still has room to grow, especially now that it's kind of dropped back down to earth. Lukaku. Goal! KDB! 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 Oh, KDB! 47 of 49. Speaking words of wisdom. KDB. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow. KDB. 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 Oh, KDB. There will be an answer. KDB. Boom diddy. Kevin De Bruyne, Belgium. Boom shaka waka. Corina. Congrats, Corina. Oh yeah, I mean back then they served for nothing. Yeah. Well, remember those Donruss boxes were like $120 a box, retail. They were like 80, $90 a box on the wholesale market, and now they're like $2,800 a box. Those same $100 boxes now sell for $2,800. Belgium has dominated this break. Jesus Corona, 35 of 49. Roberto Baggio, Lewandowski. All cards do sort for this one. Yeah, at the end of this, we can do a filler for EPL Prism if you guys want. I gotta go grab some Prism from downstairs anyway. So 49. This one there. Beckenbauer, artist proof. Ronaldo, Real Madrid. Forza. Boom Shaka, Neymar. That is 666 for Brazil. Forza, Neymar. These are one per case. So this is like Aficionado's version of Kaboom. Not quite as popular, but same rarity. Probably actually a lot rarer than Kaboom's because this was a much smaller print run than Donruss is. Gotze to 75. Speaking of the double. Curious if these sell for anything. Yeah, I mean the problem is there's just not as much following on this, but if you go by rarity, these should sell for more. Yeah, it goes for about $100. Should go for more. Mike, what's up, brother? Can't complain, man. Living the dream. Stevie G, Heroes. Sanchez. Robert. Nobile. Maria. Kubala. Jamie Vardy, 192 of 199. Magic numbers, Chile. Alexis Sanchez. Lewandowski. Nice. Sick hit there. Pulisic, Dortmund to 99. 67 of 99. Christian Pulisic. Boom, Diddy, Shaka. That's a nice mini card right there. Let's see what we have in these. It should go for more. Last one sold for 160. Oh, really? They announced more mosaic? Jesus. Still haven't got rid of my last mosaic. Now they're giving me more. I'm not looking forward to that. Unless it's like World Cup mosaic, maybe that would be something. But on Road to World Cup mosaic. Well, I hope Serie A and La Liga are Europe because last time, sure, well, I didn't get any, but it looks like that might be the case. I'm not sure. Whom did he? Eric Dyer, 29 of 49. I mean, is that ever the case, Jay, in any product, though? I mean, basketball, football, across the board, that's kind of always. Box price sales are always higher than single price sales, at least as far as I've known. Across the board in like every product. Because different fact, I mean, I think what drives the box prices more than anything is how much, how rare boxes are. If, quality, if quantity goes down, even if the single prices are crappy, box prices will rise. Whereas even if the singles sell well and there's a boatload of boxes out there, then we'll probably still get the boxes at a decent price. Yeah, I don't know. That's at least my experience with, because I've noticed that too. But that's been the case pretty much. I mean, even back when prices were cheap, it still didn't really correlate necessarily. Magic numbers 54 of 99. Well, I imagine it's the same in basketball. Like, I mean, box prices in basketball are insane. The thing that's going to kill box prices, though, is overproduction. And I can tell you it's happening already. Yeah, I mean, I guarantee. I think you're going to see a big drop in prices in the next few months, just because there's going to be so much product. They're going to bombard the market with soccer products, and I can just tell by the allocations that they're making a lot of it. Because it used to be like very hot. They used to give us very few cases, and now all of a sudden. But the difference is the mark. I mean, they basically doubled or almost in some cases tripled their prices because they're smart. I mean, they saw that they were selling boxes for, let's say, $100, and then the boxes were selling for $400 or $500. Now they're like, we're not going to do that anymore. So now they're selling boxes initially for like 250, 300, and the boxes are coming out at like 350, 400, but within like a month they'll probably be back, below possibly what you paid for them. So you got to get rid of them fast. Yeah, they're producing like I can tell you they're producing a boatload of product this year across the board. Panini, Tops is producing crazy amounts because Tops was usually like the one that was more limited. Panini has always produced a boatload of product, but now they're producing more than of a boatload. But Tops was always like Chrome. That's why Chrome prices were always decent because they were always like there was a lot more Donruss out there than Chrome. Let's put it that way, like the last Donruss. But this time, Tops got smart. Tops is what do you call it? Like that allocated price on Chrome used to be like $55. Now they're like $200. And so they went from like 55 to 200 in about less than 2 years. But I can't blame them because they saw that, when they release it, they're selling for 300 at release. So then they're going to be like, wait a minute, we're not going to sell it for $60 anymore. We're going to sell it for 200. And before you can get like 3 cases, 4 cases. Now they're like, you can get 20 cases, but you got to pay 200. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's just no 2014 left. There's hardly any of it available anywhere. But I do think you'll be able to get. I mean, it depends on what you call reasonable. The days of buying soccer boxes at $100, well, you can't say that. I mean, you can get, Mosaic H2 for almost $100, or they'll be like the light products might be like around 150, But the days of like getting Chrome or Prism for like $100 or over, ooh, Kyle Walker. But having said that, it's still going to be a lot cheaper than that. Like Prism basketball is like what? Prism basketball is $2,000 or whatever. I mean, look at even UFC Prism is like $1,000. It's kind of a joke in my opinion, but Beckenbauer. Well, this year especially because of the World Cup. With the World Cup, they're gonna World Cup the crap out of all these products. But at least I'm glad Mosaic has World Cup attached to it, because if it didn't have World Cup, I would be like, God help me. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows how much they're allocated for, bless them. I mean, that's not a hard number to find. It's just, yeah. But how much of it you get and how much, pretty much, I mean, it's the same for most sports. That's the difference, is that, like you get, let's say, at 250 a box for Prism. It's the same. You get EPL Prism at 250 a box. You get EPL basketball at 250 a box. EPL Prism sells for like 300 a box, maybe 350, but EPL basketball sells for 2,000. Same thing. I mean, same thing with the UFC. UFC is now like $1,000, but I don't know if that's going to hold, though, honestly. 1 of 49. Pretty much the price is like Chrome is Chrome, whether it's Prism's Prism, whether it's basketball, soccer, football. Generally, it might be 10, $20 up and down, but for the most part, it's the same price. But I mean, back 2, 3 years ago, we lose money a lot of times because there was no allocation. You basically ordered and you got what you wanted. But if you ordered too much, I mean, product could come out at $120 and then end up dropping to like $60 within a month or two. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And really, the market's set by what people are willing to pay, but the market's pretty much set by Dave and Adams and Blowout, because they're the ones who, and by the and by you guys, the buyers, because if Blowout puts box out at $2,000 and nobody buys it, well, they're going to keep dropping their prices. But if they sell out at $2,000, you can bet the next time they put it up, it's going to be $2,100 or $2,200, and they just keep raising it until people stop buying or it levels out, and then they'll drop it again. That's like Donruss Soccer is the perfect example. They put out Donruss Soccer at $1,000, and everybody told them they're nuts by not buying, and within 2 weeks it went from like 1,000 to 500, and now it's like at 350. So 39 of 99. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun time though, and we're gonna have a boatload of products, so you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. Santi Cazorla. Baby. Neymar. Schneider. Coutinho. Pavon. Everything ships, by the way. Yeah, I remember, because you can get it done for $10 a card, right? So. For road to, that's the great thing. I think that's why they're pumping out so many of these road to the World Cup cards, because Ever Banega, because for those ones you're going to have both Italy and Portugal. But once the actual EPL, once the actual World Cup Prism hits the market, then they're going to have to just stick to the World Cup teams. Banega. But they'll still throw in, like all-time greats, and like for example, Portugal doesn't make it. You can bet there will still be Ronaldo autos in the product. They'll just figure out. They'll call it like, World Cup moments, or. I remember last time they called it road. In fact, last time they called them Road to the World Cup autos, and they put Pulisic in there, and Bale and a couple other guys when the U.S. didn't make it. Diego Sanchez, Shaka. Yeah, like World Cup legends, stuff like that. Exactly. And yeah, if Italy doesn't make it, you'll still probably end up with like Baggio autos or Pirlo or Buffon or stuff, guys like that. Alexis Sanchez to 49. Alex, did you want me to ship this week? I couldn't. I can't remember. I had you on the list, but then I wasn't sure if I had just put you on there or you had actually asked. Because I know you also bought a jersey, right? Do you want me to ship that out this week, or should I wait? Thomas Mueller. Joe Hart, 158 of 199. Yeah, I know. That was an awesome card even back then. It was very hard to find. Because I remember back then Kobe like sticker autos were going for like $150, and his World Cup auto was going for like $800. Now forget it. Now it's gonna, Another Ronaldo. This one's Portugal. Two of them. We're Ronaldoing the heck out of this break. Ronaldo. Carlos Baca, 22 of 49. Maria, let's see. Yeah. 50K, wow. Yeah, that's a bummer too, because I have the entire set except for that one and the Andrew Luck. But I wish I would have got that one. All right, recap time. Juan Mata, Joe Hart, Jamie Vardy, Marco Verratti, and Santi Cazorla. Lewandowski artist proof. Let's put that over there. To 99, Alexis Sanchez and Fortunis. To 49, Chicharito, Carlos Baca, Alexis Sanchez, Bedimo, Kingsley Coman, Jamie Vardy, and Jesus Corona. Autograph, Ever Banega to 75, Kyle Walker to 49. Global Reach, Portugal, Ronaldo. Real Madrid, Ronaldo base. Real Madrid, Ronaldo Power Surge base and artist proof. Neymar to 99, magic numbers. 54 of 99. England auto, Eric Dyer to 49. We had Germany autograph to 75, Mario Götze. We had Moussa Dembele auto to 75 for Belgium. Double patch, dual authentics, 1 of 99, Benzema and Ronaldo. So alright, then we had for the USA Global Reach, Pulisic, a couple of base, Dortmund, Pulisic and Pulisic to 99, 67 of 99. Forza, Brazil, Neymar. De Bruyne, going to Corina. And then Neymar, 94 of 99. Boom Diddy Shaka, congrats. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We got ourselves Barcelona. So, who had Barca again? Casey Scarborough. 36 down, 10 more to go.